Hi everybody. Right now I'm going to go over today's reading lesson. Today you will be completing a digital interactive notebook on text structure. At the bottom you see these different tabs. It will look different if you were doing it in the classroom because you would have to glue in pages. Anyway, I like this activity. At the bottom in the light, then the teal, you have the introduction, then you have sequence, description, problem and solution, compare and contrast, cause and effect. So we're going to go through. All right, so on this tab, it says text structure. Hello, students. This is a digital interaction notebook activity. You will work in this mode, which is in the edit mode, so you can record the responses. And record the responses means typing your responses. Read and follow the directions on each slide. To type an answer, click in the text box and type. So obviously you will click in the text box and you will type. To move an object, click and drag it to its proper place. Begin by placing your name below. So here it says click and type, and this is name. Obviously you will type in your name right here. Okay. I'm going to go to slide 3. All right, here's our introduction slide. All right, and you have an exclamation mark here and a question mark. It says there are certain ways of organizing text that make sense to readers. When we read and we recognize how the author has organized the text, we will understand the author's message better. Sometimes we refer to the organization of the text as the text structure. Here's a question. Why do you think authors think about the way they organize their writing before they begin writing? All right, so you would type in your response here. You think about it. Why do you think this is important? Why do you think it's so important for authors to organize their writing before they even begin? Okay. So now slide 4, the first text structure is sequence. And it says the sequence text structure is used for telling a series of events in order or telling steps in a process. For example, a book might tell how to bake a cake. All right, and here's a traffic light. It says signal words give you clues about the text structure. Signal words are not always present. That means they're not always seen in the text. Signal words are not always present in the text, but if they are, they give you clues about the text structure. These are some signal words for the sequence text structure. You have first, next, last, finally, after, until, before, now, then, meanwhile, eventually, at last, on or date, at or time. It says write 2 sentences telling about something that happened. Use a signal word in each sentence to show the order the events happen. All right, so you're going to type in a sentence here to tell that something has happened, and you are going to use a signal word in each of your sentences. All right, so I might type in first I ate a piece of gum, and then I might type in this box next I swallowed my gum. Okay, in the sentences it says write 2 sentences telling about something that happened. Use a signal word, and again use one of the signal words from up here to show the order the events happened. Okay, so that is sequence. The next text structure, well, hold that thought. We're still focusing on sequence on the next slide. It says read the following text, drag the sentences in the correct sequence to show the order the events happened. All right, so here's our passage. This morning at breakfast, Jeffrey's dad told Jeffrey to lock the gate, but Jeffrey forgot. When Jeffrey got on the school bus, his goat followed him. The bus driver took off without noticing. At school, the goat was hungry, so he went to the cafeteria. That's when Jeffrey heard the principal shout his name over the loudspeaker. So here, you would take these pieces and you would place them in the order that they happened. All right, so you would think, what happened first? If you don't understand what happened first, that means you need to go back and reread. You have to reread. I've read it already. So it would help if you go back and you reread it, and then you can put these events in order, or these sentences in order. And so that sequence. All right, the next text structure is description. The description text structure has details. It has details that describe the topic. For example, a book may tell all about sharks or describe what the ocean looks like. These are some signal words for the description text structure. All right, you have for example, for instance, specifically, in addition to, such as, particularly, furthermore, to illustrate. And it says write two sentences in the second sentence. Write two sentences, excuse me, there's a period. In the second sentence, use a signal word to add a description. All right, so you will type in a sentence here. So perhaps you are describing something. And then in the second sentence, use a signal word. So one of these signal words to add a description. Okay. And so as the video is playing, it would be helpful if you guys go ahead and you write down your sentences so that when you go into your Google slide, you will have your sentences on your paper. Okay. And all you have to do is look at your paper and type, and it'll make it go quicker. Okay. All right. So this is description. All right, and it says read the following text. So you are going to read this text, and it says type details from the paragraph into the graphic organizer. So obviously you have the Grand Canyon in the middle. That's your topic. And then you're going to type in 1, 2, 3, 4 different sentences describing the Grand Canyon. And you get your sentences, you get your information from this text right here. Don't come up with something off the wall. Your information about the Grand Canyon has to come from the following text right here on the page. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Problem and solution. In the problem and solution text structure, the author tells a problem or goal as well as telling how the problem was resolved or the goal was met, or basically how it was solved. For example, a magazine article might tell what people did to clean up a local park. These are some signal words for the problem and solution text structure. You have wanted to. The question is to solve this. One reason for the problem. If such and such happened, then such and such happened. Problem is solved, goal is met. Pretend you and a friend found a lot of litter on the playground. Write a solution to the problem. How would you and your friend solve the problem? Okay? So you're going to type it right here. All right, now we want to go to problem solution. We're going to practice this. This is read the following text. So you're reading this text right here. And it says, drag the pieces into the correct places on the graphic organizer. And on your graphic organizer, it says problem or goal. Which one of these pieces would be the problem? And it says steps to the solution, 1, 2, 3. How did that problem get solved? Which of these was basically the solution? Well, steps to the solution. And then the last one is the actual solution. Which one of these over here is the actual solution to the problem? All right, so again, you're going to have to read the text. All right, that's slide 9. Slide 10 is compare and contrast. Texts that follow the compare and contrast structure tell about the differences, how something is different, and similarities of two or more things. So you have compare and contrast. All right, the things being compared could be objects, places, events, or even ideas. For example, a book about animals might tell how dolphins are different from porpoises. All right, these are some signal words for the compare and contrast text structure. You have however, unlike, in comparison, although, likewise, on the other hand, similar, the difference between. It says drag the words into the appropriate or right section of the Venn diagram. And this right here is a Venn diagram. This is a graphic organizer. To compare and contrast apples and oranges. All right, so over here, it's all about apples. Over here, it's all about oranges. In the middle is how they are the same. All right, so obviously apples. Well, first of all, we have this word orange. Where would orange go? Orange would go over here because oranges are orange. You have red. Where would red go? Red would go for the apples because apples are red. Crunchy. Which of these fruits are considered crunchy? Apples or oranges? Hopefully you said apples. All right, vitamins. Both of them contain vitamins. And it says comes in sections. Which one of these comes in sections? Oranges comes in sections. All right. Apples, you would have to cut them. And then round. And that is something that they share in similarity. So you will put round in the middle. Okay, so you will put vitamins and round in the middle because those are two things that they have in common or that they have alike. Okay, let's go to the next one, slide 11. Compare and contrast. It says read the following text. So you read the following text. It says type in the columns of the T chart to show the differences between dog a dog scat and wolf scat. Oh, okay, scat. That's poop, you guys. Yeah, so you're gonna be talking in this, and make sure you go in order. So let's read this. It can be difficult to tell the difference between a dog and a wolf. One way is to examine or look at their poop or scat. Ooh, context clues. It told me the definition of scat. A dog scat often looks the same each time he poops because he usually eats the same thing all the time. Dog food. It usually does not have a tapered end. On the other hand, compare and contrast. On the other hand, a wolf scat contains hair and bone fragments from its prey. That means the animal that it's eaten. The ends of a wolf scat are usually tapered. So dog. Okay, so it on this side we will type how a dog scat looks in comparison to a wolf scat. All right, so it says a dog scat often looks the same each time he poops because he usually eats the same thing all the time, dog food. Okay, and another difference is that it usually does not have a tapered end. So there are two things that you can list for dog scat. For the wolf, it says a wolf scat contains hair and bone fragments from its prey. So that's what you will type here. And then it says the ends of a wolf scat are usually tapered. So two things for each one of them. You would have to go to the text and you have to do this in order. Don't randomly type in something that's not from the text, you guys. Text evidence is important. All right, slide 12 is cause and effect. In texts that follow the cause and effect text structure, the reader is told the results of an event and the reasons it happened. For example, weather patterns could be described that tell what caused a tornado. These are some signal words for the cause and effect text structure. You have consequently, therefore, leads to, due to, for this, for this reason, so, as a result, since, and then. This is write a cause and effect in the graphic organizer below. So you would write a cause here, and then you would write an effect. And for example, it says up here, it says weather patterns. We're talking about weather patterns. All right. So, or tornado hit the city. All right, and as the effect or as a result of the tornado hitting the city, it destroyed a lot of property in the city or a lot of buildings. Okay. Cause and effect. This is read the following text. So you would read the text here. This is write a cause and effect from the text. So you're going to pick one cause and then one effect from the text, and they have to match up. Okay. All right. It says you may now save the text structures or review file. But the thing is, you don't have to do that. So I'm going to, it says don't forget to follow your teacher's instructions about submitting your files to your teacher. But I can go in and I can see what you guys have done. So we don't have to worry about that slide. All right. So for your reading today, you watch this video of me teaching first, and then you complete the Google Slides activity. After you're done with that, you are going to complete independent reading in Read 180 and System 44. It says, remember, read the book first, then take a quiz. Because there are some people that do not follow directions, because look at these quiz results that I see. 1 second. I think I can. My computer's going a little bit slow. Mhm. Mhm. I wonder what happened. But I can go in and I can see what you guys are doing, okay? And for some of you guys, I am very pleased with your reading scores, with what you have made on your independent reading books. But for some of you, I'm not. Some people hadn't even gotten logged into the program, which is very disheartening because this information not only goes to Dr. Davis, Miss Green, but it goes to the district. All right. So make sure you are doing the right thing. So again, after you are done with your Google Slides activity, make sure that you go to Read 180 or System 44, whichever program you're in, and you read your books. You read the book first, and then you take a quiz on the book. Don't try to take I can see what you've done. Okay? So make sure you read the book first. After you're done reading your book, you are going to come up here to the independent reading log section, and you have your own independent reading log, every single person. So when you click on the independent reading log, you are going to be taken to this. All right. And each time you read, you guys will be filling this in, okay? For each book that you read, each book. So the first thing you're going to do is snap a picture of yourself and put it here, okay? You're going to use your camera. And then you're going to type in your name here. It says Blank's Weekly Independent Reading Log. After you are done with that, you type in, it says, because you can't type here. I made it so you can type here, but it says where insert text is, you can type there. My current Lexile level, so you're going to put your Lexile level that you have that's in System 44 and Read 180, okay? The title of your book, what is the name of your book? Your book level. Remember, you are not choosing books that are below your level, okay? You're choosing books that are within your level, at least within 50 to 100 points of your Lexile. All right, book level. Format, is it a paperback, audio book? Audio means did it read to you? Audio, you listen to it. Or is it an e-read? Is your book an e-read? And what type is it, fiction or nonfiction? Is it real or not real? What type of quiz is it? Is it standard or challenge? I saw that Cameron Boone had taken a lot of quizzes. He done fairly well on them, and they were challenge quizzes. And what date did you start your quiz? I want to know. And what was your score for your book? Make sure you put your score in. So each time you read a book, you will fill in one of these slides, okay? And make sure you go in order. Okay? That is what you guys are doing for reading. All right. So good luck. And I know that you guys can do it. Make sure you take your time.